Welcome to another episode of Epic Understanding. I have here with me today George Lino from Volunteers of America. Welcome, George. How are you?
Good morning, good evening, good morning. It's a pleasure to see you, Erica. I am fine. Thank you for asking.
That's awesome. You know what? You're right, because sometimes it's good morning, good evening, depending on where you are in the world, 100%. So that is awesome. Tell me this. I am so curious about what you guys are doing there with your backpack program. Can you tell me about that?
Well, the backpack program is an initiative that we've been doing for a number of years now, and there's a few people on the development team that need to get credit for that. One of them is definitely Miss Nicole Granger, who is our executive director of development and fundraising, along with her community engagement person, Crystal Baker Gill. And together, what that project is that it's really to help families help their children prepare to go back to school, to collect donations for backpacks for schools and things of that nature, especially more now in this virtual space, which is a little bit different when it comes to school in the virtual space. So, how we approach it is what are the resources that children need in order to be successful in school? And sometimes parents may not have internet access or they may not have the financial wherewithal to get all the schooling. So we want to be able to help children really succeed in any space that they're in. And this project has been around for the last 3 or 4 years now. And it's continuously growing every single year with more and more donors to it. So for more information on that, I can definitely send that to you so you can send it out. But the names you want to keep in mind is definitely Nicole Granger, who is our Executive Director of Development and Fundraising, and Crystal Baker Gill, who is the Community Engagement Person under this initiative.
That's awesome. I'm going to have you moved your camera a little bit, and so something happened with your sound.
Okay, cool. So how about now? Is that better?
Yes, I think that I don't know what happens when you turn it the other way, but it's better. So it's Nicole Granger, and who's the other
Yes.
person? Who is?
Crystal Baker Gill, she is the community engagement person, and they together they focus on really marketing and strategy around getting people to really support, our children, especially in the wake of COVID. What does the virtual learning space look like? What does backpacks now look like? What is the resources looking like so that children can get the experience and education that they need to have and not put a financial burden on families in order to do that?
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, for those who really don't know what Volunteer Tears of America is really about, give us an idea of how you really help people.
It's very interesting you would say that. So Volunteers of America is a national organization. We have over 16,000 employees and 33 different affiliates in each state and region. Our region is the DMV region, so we cover DC, Maryland, Virginia, and the Carolinas. In total, we have around close to 900 employees budgeted. Our goal, and this is the thing that's most interesting to folks, is that Volunteers of America is a nonprofit human services, affordable housing, Christian church without walls. So we are a nonprofit designated as a religious-based, faith-based organization. So at the end of the day, we have principles that are surrounded in our Christian church faith. And as a Christian church, we are servicing those who are veterans, people who suffer from substance use disorders or behavioral health issues or mental health issues. We service those who are homeless, family and children. And predominantly, we work a lot with development disabilities and provide care for development disabled individuals. We also do a very big for affordable housing opportunities to give people an opportunity to grow on their own. And we really struggle, not struggle, but we really, really are on this journey of just making sure that persons who are in need are being taken care of as best they can.
That's awesome. So it could be a wide ranging of needs, and you guys just jump in and help.
Correct, that is correct. We have community partners across the DMV area that have connected with us, and we're very grateful to them and all of their efforts during the COVID pandemic situation, which was probably our most challenging period. But in addition to that, we always honor the person served in so many different ways because people want to feel that they still have dignity regarding what's going on in their personal life. You mentioned it earlier. Respect, dignity, and treating people as human beings is one of the most critical aspects. But a part of our core values is we consider our one body, which is faith and knowing that all bodies, all parts of the body work together for things that are sad, but also joy when things that are great. And so we really push that forward. We're making sure that everyone is being taken care of.
Okay, that is really, really cool. Can you tell me, do you guys actually ever come together for worship or anything like that?
We do. We have a monthly worship service. We
Okay.
also have our ministry team, which really focuses on ministry of presence. And we do workshops with some of our staff to kind of help them understand spiritual gifts and what does that mean and how do they develop them. Because we are a church designation, we also are able to commission ministers and ordain ministers. Most recently, our CEO is an ordained minister, so I'm very excited for him, Russell Snyder. And our Chief Operating Officer, Candace Badewater, is also a minister. I myself became recently a commissioned minister on June 10th after being with the
Oh,
organization for 21
congratulations.
years. To God be the glory in all things. And though that is what our organization really focuses on, it is around the ministry of service, the ministry of presence, the ministry of understanding, and really moving people along and helping them and our internal folks move along the way they need to.
That is just, I love that. So, if someone wanted to become a minister, could they come to your church and take classes, or how does that work?
It's incredible that you would say that. We have a really strong ministry program. So what would happen is that they could be a constituent member, which is a constituent minister, excuse me. It's a minister, it's a pursuit of the ministry as a commissioned minister, but you're not an employee of the organization. So you're volunteering your time. Most recently, our board chair, Sharon Joan Eversley, is also a commissioned minister as a constituent. And there are others who have joined who volunteer on our ministry team, and they're also
Uh-huh.
constituent ministers. So there is a possibility to do that. There is a rigorous training behind it. It is not easy. You got to get into the Bible and understand the meanings of all of that before you can pursue and be commissioned as a minister, which is about a year-long program.
Okay. So that is really cool. And I have to say, George, somehow your sound is really, really struggling there. But what we're going to do is I'm going to share a video, and then maybe while I'm doing that, you can kind of tweak your sound a little bit. And so we'll work on that. Give me just a second, guys, because this is such good information. I do not want you to miss out on um, any of it. So be patient with me because I am trying to pull this video up. It's actually a video about Volunteers of America, and so just give me one second here. We are always looking to improve our technology. I'll just say that it's an ongoing battle. So here we go. I think, okay, I'm sharing now. Here we go. Bam.
Hi, I'm Sharon Wilson Deneau, the Chief Operating Officer for Volunteers of America National Services. I am so excited to celebrate with you our recent designation as a great place to work. When I came to Volunteers of America National Services about 3.5 years ago, I knew it was going to be good, but I had no idea how great it would be to work with our tremendous team here and serve our amazing residents and communities across the country. I've had a chance over the last couple of days to read many of the comments that you provided on your survey. I want to thank you for your time and effort. The number one reason you think Volunteers of America National Services is a great place to work is your tremendous and amazing commitment to our residents. Thank you for that. And I also want to thank our teammates who asked them to provide videos and to tell us a little bit more about why they think Volunteers of America National Services is a great place to work. I hope you enjoy them.
I like working for VOA because of the sense of community and being able to make a difference for others.
Hi, I like working at Volunteers of America because of our residents. They are a joy to spend time with, to laugh with, to cry with, and it just makes everything that I do for them worthwhile.
I work here because it's a great place to work. It is a great team, makes me feel good, and it is a Christian-based organization.
It's a family.
I love VOA because of the teammates I get to work with and the mission that we support.
I like working at Volunteers of America because everyone here is so nice. They're friendly, they're very helpful. If you need anything, they're more than willing to help you out in any way possible.
I like working for Volunteers of America because of the people I get to serve every day.
What I love about working for VOA is the wonderful people that I get to work with every single day.
Hi, I love working at PACE because of the people.
I like working at Volunteers of America because I like working with my coworkers.
Workplace is a good place to work because we work together as a family and we really enjoy and passion is to take care of our patients and residents.
A word expressing why I like working for VOA would be appreciation. The staff express their appreciation for what I do almost every single day and makes it extremely enjoyable.
Hi, I was looking for something meaningful to do and I found that with Volunteers of America in transportation. We do make a difference. I feel valued.
Because you're allowed to be yourself and you love working with the residents because they're all right.
I like working for Volunteers of America because of the unique scholarship opportunities I'm offered.
The reason I work for Volunteers of America is because I actually feel like I am part of something and part of the team here. And past employers, I felt like I was just another employee, and we're made to feel important here and like we're making a difference.
I love the residents and the staff and how they work together as a great team. It's just a wonderful place to get up every day to come to work.
PACE is really a wonderful place. I love working here. I've been here for 10 years from the first day the door opened. It's a fantastic program for all the participants. We have outdoor adventures. We have outings, we have all kinds of classes, art, music. It's just a really fantastic program for our participants, and I think it's wonderful.
VOA is a great place to work, provides opportunity for advancement, a great team environment, and we have a lot of fun here.
All right, I've been working here for 3 years. It is the very best place I've ever worked. Most people here are easily amused and often happy, and we carry that out with our participants as well. Best job I've ever had in a 66-year career is awesome.
I love working at VOA. We all have a servant's heart, and it's a great place to work and a great place to be with like-minded people.
My favorite part of being a part of the VOA family is that the staff is very appreciative of each other and is very vocal about what we all contribute.
That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I can say that this place wholeheartedly makes me want to work at a place like that. I love the idea of being able to work at a place where I'm valued, I'm appreciated. Where does that company culture come from?
So I just want to do a little bit of a disclaimer, just a small one.
Okay.
So as I mentioned to you earlier, Volunteers of America is 16,000 employees with 33 different affiliates. So that particular video that you showed was from Volunteers of America National Services in our headquarters in Alexandria. The Volunteers of America system overall is a culture of gratitude and appreciation for everyone. So the one that I actually work with and support and grow is also the Volunteers of America Chesapeake and Carolinas, which is one of the affiliates. So we also have our initiative pursuing a Great Place to Work initiative under the Volunteers of America National Services. So they are directly connected. So where does that culture come from, to answer your question? It starts from the very top. It starts from God's presence in all things that we do, to appreciate everyone and every effort that each person brings to the table. And so, what you saw today as that Great Place to Work initiative for Volunteers of America National Services is an
Mm-hmm.
indicator of how we want to treat our people every single day with value and appreciation.
That is amazing. So now that we got everybody all interested in VOA, somebody probably wants to come work there. What kind of jobs do you have at
So,
VOA?
it's amazing. A lot of our positions are from administrative to service worker roles. We hire a lot of licensed practical nurses. We hire registered nurses. We do certified health workers. We do community support workers. For those of you who have licenses and are looking for therapy work, we have licensed therapist positions. We offer remote work opportunities and telehealth options as well. We do
Mm.
also have counselor positions. A lot of our roles are in the direct support professional areas in Northern Virginia and Hampton Road, Virginia Beach area, as well as in our DC Development Disabilities Program on direct support professional as well. But let's just say, for example, you are someone who wants to do it from a different lens. You want to provide your service from an administrative lens. We have roles in our accounting department. We have roles in our
Uh-huh.
HR department, in our finance department, in our facilities, in our development, and in our organizational excellence. So we have a number of different positions across all of our sites and locations. And any particular program or any particular VOA you see, whether you are in California or you are in St. Louis, there's a VOA somewhere, everywhere. And all you got to do is scroll VOA in the state that you're looking for, and it will pop up. And you'll get all of your information. You will go online, you'll click on the VOA site. For us, it will be VOA Chesapeake. And when you click on that, you will click on the careers button. And right there, you'll see a warm, friendly group of faces welcoming you and asking you, what positions do you want to apply for? You'll be connected to our link in our service list, so you'll always be updated when there are new positions that become available. You can actually search by region, by job title, by location, by schedule, by hours, by educational level, to filter down to the exact kind of role that you're looking for. But with all that being said, Erica, the most important thing for VOA, period, and for VOA Chesapeake is that we have a very strong diversity, equity, and inclusion program. We focus
Okay.
on diversity as our primary in all of our roles and positions. We focus on pay equity, respect, and
Mm.
inclusion. We've been able to, in the past year, develop what we call a Bridges Chat series, which every month we talk about a specific issue, whether it's unconscious bias, whether it's transgender. For example, this month happened to be Pride Month. We discuss those in a very open forum, and it's available to all staff once a month. In addition to that, our ministry team holds what we call our healing conversations. And our healing conversations kind of is rooted in moral injury and bringing forward understanding as to the type of panelists, for example, like your platform here. And what we would
Uh-huh.
have is individuals discussing a particular topic.
Mm-hmm.
So, Beloved is one of the topics that we've had. A
The movie?
united, well, some of the movie components of it, but
Wow.
Martin Luther King's speeches on that. So there's a lot of different things that we do to not only engage the community, but engage our staff and also provide our staff an opportunity to be as diverse as possible for all persons of color, gender, or orientation.
That is amazing. I absolutely love it. So, what is the application process like? How does that
Well,
work?
first step is apply online. Go to
Okay.
voachesapeake.org, go to click
Mm-hmm.
careers, click on the role that you're interested in, and apply online. One of our HR professionals will get in contact with you to schedule a meeting, a face-to-face, or preliminary virtual job fair that we hold in all of our programs. Let me tell you a little bit about a virtual job fair. People are
Okay,
still
great.
people are still hesitant about going in on a face-to-face or group interviews. So what we've decided to do is what we call a virtual meet and greet. And so when
Okay.
your resume is pulled, you'll be asked to provide time to get to know the program, not to go in for an interview, but to know the program. And after you understand the program, then you could raise your hand and say, I want to go forward. Please interview me, which is a little bit different than just pulling a resume and interviewing. We feel that the interviewing process should just be more about you getting to know us as well as we getting to know you.
That's very important. That is very unique as well, and I love the way that you're considering the employee's experience even before they become an employee. So that says a lot. That says a lot. Um, so, typically, how many interviews does a person go on before they find out whether or not they're hired? And does it depend on the level of position that they're
It
looking
does.
for?
It does depend on the level. So if you're in a managerial position, you may be on a panel interview with colleagues of your same level. If you are in
Okay.
a service position, it may just take one or two interviews and then that's it.
Hmm.
But of course, the virtual tour is just as important before you actually interview. If you're on a senior executive level, it may take two or three, a lot of discussion.
Hmm.
We want to be intentional around the people that we bring into the organization and we offer positions to. At the
Hmm.
same time, we want you to understand all the people that you'll be participating with and working with to get an idea as they are. So it depends
Hmm.
upon the level, is the amount of interviews that you would have to go through. And let me just be clear, the interview is a conversation.
Yes.
It is not a check the box. It's more like, can we get to know you? Can you get to know us? Is this the right fit for you? Are you the right fit for us? Does that make sense? And so we pursue that from a conversation, not just an interview. Because if you apply, you've already seen the requirements. So you know that you kind of line up to that. The question
Hmm.
now is this the kind of journey of an organization you want to join?
So you're really getting down to the brass taxes that I teach in my boot camp classes and my coaching classes, particularly when it comes to higher level positions, but really in any position, is that you want to make sure your values match up with the organization that you're applying for, because when you do that, you're creating harmony.
Correct.
Hmm. So
Oh.
let's talk about some of the higher level positions, middle management and then executive level. Um, do you do anything in particular to make sure that those people have the character traits that you're looking for? Is there any way that you kind of sort those people out?
Well, part of the assessment process consists of what we call a care profiler. It's a leadership assessment. It allows us to help us understand, and you yourself, and I went through it personally. It's a way to see your strengths, the areas of development, how you like to learn, how you like to educate, things of that nature. So, for example, we're currently recruiting for a vice president of our Virginia region in our program. So, we're looking for someone who has a really strong entrepreneurial spirit, who understands how to expand program services in areas, who can be an ambassador for the organization and connect with other stakeholders, who knows how to handle large groups of people and staff and ensure that they're being engaged and professionally growing. So in those kind of roles throughout the process, when you get to the stage of like the final interview or the panel interview, we put folks through what we call a care profiler assessment, and we get a sense as to what are the areas that they need to grow in and so forth. And those level positions also get in an executive coach that takes that same report and continues to work with them throughout the entire time of their onboarding.
So it's called a care program.
It's a care program. It's called the care
A care,
profiler.
okay, a care profile. That is awesome. And I just learned that you provide them with an executive coach. How
Hmm.
amazing. How, go
Even if
ahead.
we're in, everybody needs a coach. Coach
I
Erica,
know.
everybody
I,
needs a coach. And what we've learned is that we also understand that coaches come in different shapes and sizes, right? A coach can
mhm,
be the program who's your immediate supervisor if you're a service worker. But you have to contribute to what it is that you want to see yourself professionally and how you want to grow. A coach can
mhm,
be from the senior executive to a middle level manager who's a director. again, contributing is required. From the executive level, you're touching massive amount of people. You are going to be frustrated. You are going to be human. You are going to have what we call those Myers-Briggs ticks that you kind of go in your back seat and you can't respond to certain things. How do you work through those? How do you get past them? Those are the kind of things that help you grow. Even a pastor of a church has a coach. Everyone has a coach. Doctors have doctors, lawyers got lawyers, psychiatrists have psychiatrists. Why can't leaders have coaches? Coach, executive coaches. Yeah, that group.
That's amazing. I really love that. And I would have to say that's probably one of the single best things that an organization can do for their overall population is to make sure the leadership at the top has a healthy mindset, because that way they can create a healthy atmosphere for everyone who is involved.
Correct.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
That's I can't say that I've really heard that that's a normal part of the process for anybody that I've talked to. It's not that people don't get coaching, but it's normally seasonal or programmatic. Um, like this is something we're doing for this time period. It's not necessarily systematic, like, okay, we hired you on, and because we hired you on, this is the next step in your onboarding success plan.
There you are right there. Every single person that walks into the organization has an onboarding plan. There's no
Mm-hmm.
person, and it starts from the minute they get engaged to the minute they get hired to the minute they start their role. There's a design plan intentional for their learning and adaptation into the organization. One of the things I like to talk a lot about during new hire orientation is that nobody comes perfect. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a perfect employee. We all got something. Our bag got
Yeah.
something in there somewhere. So how we bring them in, how do we address, how do we make sure that questions are being asked and answered is just as important for their long-term success.
That is just That's phenomenal. So, if you are a high level professional and you may be able to fulfill, what is that, vice president of?
Human Resources and Administration, or the Vice President of Programs of the Virginia Program Region.
That is excellent. So if you are a high level professional and, and think that you have a heart to work with VOA, you might want to check into this excellent organization, because it seems to me that they value you as much as you can bring something to the organization. So that's just fabulous.
I'm
Yes.
excited for anybody who wants to apply. Trust me, it's an amazing organization.
Awesome. Awesome. And George, how long have you been there now?
So I'm going on a little bit to 3 years. Originally, I was from the New York City area. All of my career has been in New York, and then I came down to the DMV. And God found it to put in my path this organization. And since then, I've just been continuously pushing the envelope for everybody on board to just be on board with the direction of employee engagement. Employee engagement is not just saying, here's a few extra dollars. It's the mindset that all of your people are constantly appreciated every day.
That is so cool. So you came there after being a seasoned leader and found a home.
That is correct.
All right. I wanted to point that out because so often, once we are a seasoned leader, it's a little bit intimidating to make a change. I think a lot of people are in the position where they are making a change, and so I just want to highlight once again that VOA might be a great place to find your home.
Thank you so much for that. And just to note, for every employee that comes on, depending upon the classification that you have, we offer 403B matching program, retirement, vacation, professional development. We do coaching, we do career advancement, we do engagement, we do ministry. You can make your life here if you choose to. So we're all about making sure that when you join, that you enjoy staying and you would stay with us for the long haul.
What gosh, Sign me up. Anyway,
Hey, I got jobs open. Feel free.
okay. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, George, thank you for sharing with us. Stick around. I have a few questions after the show, but we are going to invite George back again so that he can share the goings on and the happenings of VOA. Thank you for watching Epic Understanding. We'll see you next time.